Good afternoon and welcome to Vein Philippines free webinar. Ito po ay libre, walang babayaran at may free certificate ka pa. I'm Blessy. I'm one of the social media manager dito po sa Vein Philippines and I'm with my beautiful co-host for today, Ma'am Glenna.
Yes, Happy New Year, everyone. Good afternoon, Wonder VAs, and welcome to our free weekly webinar. Kamusta
You
ka,
know.
Blessing?
Okay naman, ang daming handa. Wah, nabusog, nasira ang diet.
Next year na ulit ang diet.
Oo, siguro ano na lang, bukas na lang. Charot. May natira pa bang handa, ma'am, na pwedeng initin or pwedeng
Salad na lang.
uy, sana all may buko salad. Ang sarap ng handa niyo, ma'am.
Yes.
Kayo guys, kumusta naman kayo? Pwede bang mag-heart-heart naman dyan lahat ng mga buhay? At naka-attend po ngayon dito sa ating free webinar. You know, ang dami. Thank you so much and welcome again po dito sa ating webinar. Ang tagal, no? Parang kailan ba yung last natin, ma'am?
December pa. Paskong ano natin.
Ay, oo, nung Paskong
Paskong
Panalo, di
panalo.
ba?
Tapos nag-QA forum tayo. Tapos yun na, bakasyon na.
Oo, di ba nakaka-miss? Talagang,
Speaking dun sa Paskong Panalo, today niya, sineselebrate yung napanalunan niya. So, abang na lang tayo kung ano nangyari sa araw niya. Okay?
wow, sana all. Congratulations dun sa nanalo, no, ma'am? Ang ganda ng ano niya, travel destination with family din yan, di ba, ma'am? Kasama ang pamilya. Exciting. So, ayan. Welcome, guys, to our free webinar for today. Again, Happy New Year, maligayang bagong taon. So, this is our another chance na kumbaga magkaroon ng panibagong pagkakataon and congratulations everyone for joining our free webinar for today kasi ayan sinisimulan natin ang taon ng maganda, maayos at kumbaga punong-puno ng pag-asa. And again, I'm Blessy and today ay wala po tayong ibang gagawin kundi pag-usapan yung nakikita nyo sa screen namin ngayon. Yan po. Real estate, isa sa napakagandang niche po ng pagiging isang virtual assistant. But before that, Ma'am Glenna will explain our house rules for today. Go on, Ma'am.
Alright, so sa mga bago pa lang naka-attend dito, so yun nga, laging sinasabi ni Blessy, free po ito, wala po kayong babayaran. At meron pa kayong free certificates. Basta mag-stay kayo until the end, wala po muna magtatanong where is the attendance link para sa free certificate. Focus po muna tayo sa speaker natin para manamnam natin yung ituturo niya for today, talking about real estate. And when it comes to our house rules, no bashing po, no harsh words. And then, yung Q&A tab po dito sa baba, yung po yung gagamitin natin for your questions, for your queries. Later na po natin sasagutin yung mga Q&A. Basta po meron kayong maisip na itanong during the time na nag-discuss po si Coach. So, itype nyo lang dyan kasi mamaya babalikan naman po natin yan. The chat box is disabled for attendees. Um, that is only for panelists for us to send announcement and yung link nga para mamaya, okay? And then please rename for us to recognize you properly. Like for example, mag-raise kayo ng concern. So this question is coming from Kiling, ganun, Alaika, ganyan. So para naman sa pakulo natin na inaabangan natin every weekly webinar natin, 'di ba? Mga 2:00 nagpapalaro tayo. Pero para mamaya at ma-prepare kayo ngayon, meron tayong kukuning 5
Yan.
na game na mga attendees. Anong gagawin nila? Kayo po ay parang magana lang po. Kung gusto niyo na meron kayong sayuin ng mga TikTok dance, ganyan, ma-entertain po na medyo matagtag natin yung mga sarili natin. Bibigyan po namin kayo ng GCash, okay? Make
Uy.
sure na meron kayong verified GCash accounts, okay? So, yun lamang ang akin. Next, back to you, Blessy.
Thank you, Ma'am. Sali ako dyan sa TikTok,
Yes,
ano.
mamaya magganyan-ganyan.
App.
Apat na
Di ba
magganyan.
magti-TikTok lang meron ng ano, Ma'am,
Oo,
GCash prize. Kahit
lang.
ano,
Kahit ano, kahit very short lang yan.
magjo-join ako dyan. So guys, ayan may heads up na kayo para mamaya ready na kayo. Pwedeng mag-search kayo habang
Jo-join na
ah,
natin mamaya.
oo, mamaya dun sa parang short break natin. So, enough of that, ma'am. Balik na tayo, ma'am, ngayon sa pinakamahalaga kung bakit tayo nandito ngayon. Kundi matuto at magkaroon ng knowledge, basic knowledge kung ano ba tong niche na to as a virtual assistant. So, saktong-sakto, no, bagong taon, bagong knowledge, bagong learnings na pwede nating i-apply kung talagang gusto mo yung journey na to, 'di ba? So most kasi po nang nandito ngayon is aspiring. Sino ba dito yung first time na mag-join? Pwede ba mag-wow na reaction? Yung first time niya talaga na maka-join sa free webinar.
Ayan.
Uy, ang dami din.
By the way, nga
Wow.
pala naka-livestream tayo sa Facebook. So sa mga nanonood sa live natin, para makakuha kayo ng free certificate, join lang kayo kasi nakapost naman dun sa Facebook page namin yung Zoom link. So we have now 83 attendees. Pasok pa po kayo, hindi pa kayo kami nakalimit. Okay?
Yes, ayun, live na live din tayo on Facebook. So, ang dami rin pala, ma'am, ng mga aspiring. So, saktong-sakto dahil talagang ito po ay tailored for you. Talagang marami tayong matututunan. So, get ready with your notes. Mamaya, i-ready nyo yung mga questions nyo and then take this opportunity para talaga matuto at magkaroon ng mapalawak pa natin yung knowledge na meron tayo ngayon. So, wag na nating patagalin, ipakilala na natin agad-agad yung ating speaker for today. So yung speaker natin ngayon, guys, ay merong 6 years of experience as a real estate virtual assistant. Imagine that experience, 6 years at may na-close na siya na over 100 deals and trained over 130 VAs including 80 acquisition VA and 50 trainees sa kilalang ano po niya ngayon which is the Pro VA. So he worked with Steve Trang. If you know Steve Trang, he is one of the best sales trainers in real estate and now he's bringing his expertise sa atin ngayon dito sa ating free webinar. He is also known as the tattooed negotiator himself. So guys, hindi siya magbubukas ng camera at ng microphone hanggat hindi niyo siya pinapalakpakan at pinapaulalan ng heart. So guys, let us all welcome our speaker for today, Coach John. Come on, guys. Hi, Coach.
Hello, hello.
Hello, pwede na ba?
Yes,
Yes,
Coach.
Buksan yung mystery
go ahead
guest.
yourself.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey guys. Hello, hello.
Yes, good afternoon and Happy New Year po, Coach.
Happy New Year sa lahat. Sana nabusog kayo at magsimula na tayong mag-diet.
Yes,
Try.
exactly. Medyo naparami ng kain.
Yes, definitely. Na-enjoy ang break
Holiday.
from all the work.
Okay. So,
Mm.
siguro bago tayo mag-start, curious lang ako, Coach Jan, paano po ba kayo nag-start dito sa niche na to?
Paano ko nag-start? Ano siya? Wala. Nakita ko lang yung opportunity, ginrab ko, inaaral, ginalingan.
You know?
I was trained professionally. So kaya medyo nag-level up din yung skills ko. And yung training ko is not really hindi siya local.
Hmm.
My mentor is a former FBI negotiator in the US. Head honcho siya. So tinranslate niya lang yung FBI negotiating into business setting. So I was trained over almost a year din. Kung hindi kami nag-aaral about sales or whatnot. Um, they trained me how to talk to people, how to react, how to read behavior. So, nagamit ko siya doing sales, acquisitions, sa mga clients, how I talk to people, yan, in general.
Pero yung background niyo po ba related din dito sa niche na
Hindi,
to?
as in, I don't have any idea about real estate. Kahit local, until now, I don't know anything about real estate sa local. Ang nakikita ko lang yung mga nasa mall nag-abot ng flyers and all.
Mm.
About the process, I don't know anything about it.
Okay.
Nagkataon lang siguro, it fell on my lap. Nagustuhan ko siya, I grabbed the
Hmm.
opportunity, ayun, and then rest is history.
Yun guys, wow,
Mm.
opportunity knock only once, kaya grab it. Right?
Agree.
So,
Of
let's
course,
start learning. So, Coach Jan, the floor is yours na po.
sure.
Thank you.
Guys, anyone here na may experience real estate, local or VA na? Anyone?
Type nyo lang guys sa Q&A tab or raise your hands. Pwede po.
Ayan. Pwede na ako mag-share ng screen, no?
Yes po.
Okay.
Ayan, may mga nagtaas ng kamay.
May mga real estate din dito. Okay.
Merong appointment setter, sabi ni George.
Hindi ko nakikita yung messages sila. Saan ba
Sa
nakikita yun?
Q&A tab.
Sa Q&A tab. Okay. Appointment setter. Okay, nice. Anyone else pa? VA from Pro VA then. Nice. That's nice. Okay, so hold on. Okay. Guys, you have to bear with me kasi I'm not really a techie guy talaga, no? So, okay. So, again, let me reintroduce myself. I'm Coach Jan from Pro VA. I'm known as as you can see, the tattoo negotiator sa TikTok. I also have my own page, Pro VA Coach Jan. And I've been doing this for the past 6 years. On the first 6 months, I was a cold caller appointment setter. And then siguro nagustuhan ng client ko yung work ko. He gave me materials to learn. So from a cold caller on my 7 month, naging lead manager for the next 6 months. And then inaral ko yung acquisitions. Acquisitions is also sales, guys, ha. Same lang siya in the real estate world, or real estate space. Meaning kami yung bumibili ng properties. Okay. So, and yun, and the rest is history. I've been doing acquisitions or sales for 5 years. And sabi ko kanina, I was trained professionally by an FBI negotiator. And my last stint was with Steve Trang. If you can look him up sa social media, Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, he's out there. He's one of the best sales trainers. And I was his first acquisitions, no, na Pinoy. Kasi usually, ang kinukuha lang yung mga sales or acquisitions is mga Kano eh. So he gave me a chance. Pero we separated ways na. I'm with a different client. And I learned a lot from him, as in, just imagine guys yung programs sila ranging from 5,000 to 25,000 for trainings, and I get it for free. Okay. So, let's proceed. Guys, very short lang yung slides ko ah. It's about intro. Kasi 2 hours is not really enough for this. Okay. Siguro I'll give you just a tip of the iceberg kung ano yung ginagawa ng isang real estate VA. Okay. So, unang-unang, why choose real estate as a niche? No? So I'll give you a list that I prepared. No? So number one, perfect for aspiring VAs. What do I mean aspiring? Kasi ako, I hate using the term newbie eh. Kasi lahat naman tayo dumaan sa pagiging newbie eh, di ba? We're not born na VA agad. So ako, I always use the term aspiring VAs, meaning zero knowledge, zero background. Like me when I was still new. No, I don't have any idea about real estate talaga, as in I didn't know na ito yung magiging niche ko talaga for the next 6 years. Kumbaga nakita ko lang yung opportunity, ginrab ko siya, and then that's it. Okay? Unlike sa ibang niche kasi like social media, SEO, you have to study it pa. You have to learn it for quite some time, like 2 months, 3 months, 1 month, 4 months, 5 months before you get a client. Yung iba naman sobrang swerte, they get to learn SMM quickly. Depende sa learning curve mo, no? Yung iba nakikita ko, they would get a client after a month, 2 months. Pero with real estate VA, let's say I'm well equipped, I have the knowledge. Kunyari galing ako ng BP or call center. Kahit bukas mag-apply ako sa cold caller, pwede ako matanggap eh. Yun lang yung advantage if you're coming from a BPO background or call center. Kasi one of the easiest jobs that you can do is being a cold caller. Pero explain ko siya mamaya. Okay? And of course, hundreds of job opportunities every day. What do I mean? Okay. So, around October until December, may slowdown ang real estate. Kasi winter eh. Kaya pag winter, holidays, tamad gumalaw ang mga tao sa US. As in, they don't want to do any transactions. So may slowdown. Now, pagdating ng slowdown yan, magpipeak siya ng around this time, January ulit. Pero around November, December, yung mga VA, yung mga direct clients, yung mga VA agencies, nagpupul na ng talents yan. Kasi for sure, by dating ng January, ano na naman yan, boom na naman yung real estate sa US. Okay? So, guys, this is not made up, ha? If you look at online jobs at PH, Facebook, Upwork, Brandwork, ang daming openings as in. I think last time I checked online jobs page kasi I was doing a one-on-one training with one of my trainees yesterday. We checked, I think nasa 150 plus since last week lang. No? So ang daming job opportunities, hindi kayo maubusan as in, no? And again, hindi lang sa online jobs page tayo pwedeng tumingin ng job opportunities. Marami pa, Upwork, Bruntwork, even I think si Vame, they have real estate opportunities here. Eh. Okay. Now, ito yung ano, I came up with this term. Eh. There's paper growth and money growth. What do I mean by paper growth? Okay. So, paper growth meaning sa real estate, no, there's maraming roles as in marami. Hindi lang siya limited sa isa. Kasi usually when I go live sa TikTok, the usual question that I always see is ano ba yung ginagawa ng Reva? Ilang task ba? Sabi ang una kong sinasabi talaga, well, it really depends kung anong role mo, no? Unlike sa iba like I think meron dito nag-solar, no. SEO from I know Coach Jude personally. So with solar, I don't know with solar, correct me if I'm wrong, Michael. With solar ba, do you get to be like a manager, a lead manager? With real estate kasi, I'm biased with real estate kasi ito lang naman yung ginawa ko for the past 6 years, no, as in. So ako, I've seen people go up the ranks. What do I mean? Napopromote sila, no? From being a cold caller, nagiging lead manager, nagiging acquisitions, dispositions, transaction coordinator, nagiging team leader, team manager, nagiging operations head. Yan. So, as you move up the ranks, syempre nagkakaroon ng parang paper growth eh. Kumbaga, nababrand ka as manager, trainer, operations head, you manage a group of VAs. So, yun yung paper growth na tinatawag. Okay, now, when I say money growth, what do I mean? Of course, habang tumatagal ka sa pagiging real estate VA, lumalaki rin yung rate mo kasi nagkakaroon ka ng experience eh. Diba? So from $3 per hour, let's say maganda yung performance mo on your 4th month, 5th month, bibigyan ka na ng 5, 6, 7. Kumbaga, unlimited ang growth with real estate. Okay? Ako guys, to be honest with you, I've seen a lot of positions come and go. I've been cold caller, yung pinaka-entry level. And then naging head ako ng isang agency, naging operations manager ako, naging trainer, pero still virtual assistant pa rin naman ako. Branded nga lang as trainer, manager, operations head. Pero again, this is only my own opinion. I don't really uh, care about the branding or paper growth. No, what I really care much is the money growth. No, guys, let's all be practical. Diba? Ito lang naman talaga yung one of the probably the best reason to become a real estate VA is the money. Okay. Coach Jan, when you say money, magkano ba? Magkano ba yung pinag-uusapan natin? Guys, I've seen people earn just one client alone earn around the most that I've seen siguro mga 150, 180,000 a month. That's only for one client alone. No, just imagine if you're living in the province, no? Saan ka dadali ng 180,000 mo? For sure, maganda na yung bahay mo niyan, ang dami mo ng sasakyan, 'di ba? Pero if you're living in the metro, of course, syempre mahal yung cost of living mo. Pero still, 180,000 is no joke. No? It's not a joke. Yung iba naman, I've seen people have multiple clients, no? Like yung nakita ko sa TikTok, ano siya, marketing VA siya for real estate company, and then sa umaga naman, she does SMM naman or social media for another real estate client. No? Pero it really all depends sa inyo guys, no, in terms of client acquisitions. Of course, the more the better. Yun yung mindset natin lalo na if you're someone new, 'di ba? Pag mas maraming clients, mas maraming dollars, the biggest challenge in handling multiple clients lang is you'll be mentally exhausted, as in I've been there before pero ayoko na. I've siguro there was a time I've handled three clients pero hindi ko siya hindi ko siya kinaya. I like last year, previously lang. So I have two clients. Yung isa kinoconsult ko lang. I built a team for someone. I think seven people I recruited doon. Then I was the manager pero hindi rin kaya ng hindi ko kaya mentally. Kasi if you're wearing different hats, tapos same task, same role, medyo mahirap siya. And of course, your network is your net worth. What do I mean? Okay, so all throughout the years, no, 6 years, I've met a lot of people, as in um yung sabi nga nila, 'di ba, your network is your network. What do I mean? Kunyari ako, nasa TikTok lang ako and I met one of the admins here of AIM. I think Jed yung name niya. And then people have invited me for interviews, to manage a team, to train for them. So of course, what equates is money, 'di ba? Kasi dito sa real estate, hindi naman siya sobrang laki talaga ng mundo eh. Kumbaga, minsan sila pa rin makikita mo eh. If you go from team to team, sila pa rin minsan makikita mo. And not only yung mga co-VAs natin, it includes clients, no? Ako, I never turn down an invite eh. Even though I have a client, I still go through the interview, I still talk to them. Kasi alam ko na someday, kakailanganin ko sila eh. So, ilalagay ko lang sila sa network ko. So, for example, hey, Jan, I need someone for my team. I need 5 on my team, 4 on my team. Of course, ako as a business guy, as a businessman, o sige, magtatayo ko ng team for you and do you want me to train them? So pag sinabi nilang yes, I need you to train them, of course, magcha-charge ako sa kanila. So that's why very important 'yan, no? Kahit nag-fail ka sa interviews, still keep in touch with them. No, you never know because someday you might need them eh. All right? Yan. And stability, no? What do I mean by stability? Okay. So, guys, again, it might seem na I'm downplaying other niche. Yung mga nakikita ko like insurance, yan, solar, yung mga nag-appointment setting or cold calling. Solar, ano ba yung nakikita ko? May insurance, medical, mga may diabetic, ano pa nga equipment, no? I've met a lot of people na nanggaling doon, pero short-lived lang yung campaign. Kasi hindi siya kumikita eh. They're not generating enough leads. So they're being let go like after a month, 2 months. Swerte na pag naka 3 months ka eh. With real estate, I've been doing this for 6 years. I've only had a handful of clients. Ang minimum stay ko sa isang client is 1 year. The most that I've stayed with is mga 2 years may get. Yun. So, unless ang napunta mong client medyo starting pa lang yan, medyo challenging siya. May mga rough patches in the beginning. Pero ako ang mga napupunta akong clients, may konting swerte, established na sila. They've been in the game for so long, 10, 15 years. Kaya ako tumagal din sa kanila. And I get to learn a lot, as in. Okay? And lots of roles to choose from. No? Again, I can name 5 most common roles pero hindi siya limited to 5 only. No? Let's say ang napunta mong client established or malaki. Sometimes you would see 8 VAs, 9 VAs. Sa current client ko, I think 10 VAs kami. 10 VAs and dalawa doon would have the same position. Ang tawag sa kanila lead manager. Sorry, it's inside sales agent, no? Parang cold caller din siya, pero later I'll explain to you yung mga roles. And then yung tatlo doon, admin. So yung tatlo na yon, although admin sila, iba-iba yung task nila. Yung dalawa naman nasa dev. When I say dev, sila yung nagme-maintain or sila yung nag-aayos ng parang CRM, no? CRM, guys, ano siya, kumbaga diyan yung nilalagay yung mga leads ninyo, yung pipeline ninyo. Kumbaga, when I say dev, sila yung nag-aayos ng mga automations, inaayos sila yung mga pag-click mo to, dapat ganito yung lalabas, yan. So iba-ibang roles din. Okay. Pero I'll explain to you later kung ano yung may best rates for those roles. Okay? And then flexibility. No, what do I mean by flexibility? Other roles. So let's say cold caller ka. Okay? So pag cold caller ka, most of the time nasa phone ka. So hindi ka pwedeng magsabay-sabay ng client at the same time kung cold caller ka kasi nasa phones ka most of the time eh. Pero I've seen people doing that eh. It's not really ethical. No? Maling-mali. I've seen people doing handling two clients at the same time, parehong cold calling. Sabi, paano mo ginagawa yan? Pag may nag-ring, lipat sa kabila. Pag may nag-ring, lipat sa kabila. Sabi ko, hindi pwede yan. Pag nalaman ng client, matatanggalin ka niyan. No? Unless if you're doing admin works, pwedeng-pwede. No? When I say admin works, what do I mean? Like, yung iba social media, yung iba taga-draft ng contracts, yung iba naman they can do it at the same time kasi hindi naman pare-pareho yung task or hindi siya time constraint. No? Like yung example ko kanina, marketing VA siya and then sa umaga nag-social media siya for another client. So there's flexibility yung ibang roles, hindi naman siya again time constraint unless you're doing sales or cold calling. Again, yun nga, can have multiple clients din. Ako I've done that before pero again, hindi na kaya ng ano ko ng mental capacity ko yung mag multiple clients. Siguro I can do it pero ano siya, off hours, siguro consulting, training, yan. Pero yung if I'm doing sales for them at the same time, hindi na siguro. Back then, siguro nung when I was starting out kasi medyo nakikita mo yung influx, nakikita mo yung income mo, yung dollars na pupasok sa iyo. So syempre ikaw naman, 'di ba? Dollars yan pupasok eh. So sige lang ng sige, kuha lang ng kuha ng clients. Pero in the long run, mapapagod ka rin. Kasi you either you sacrifice one thing or two things eh. If you're doing multiple clients. Number one is yun nga, mental exhaustion, no? Or at the end of the day, wala ka ring work-life balance. No? Pero yung work-life balance yan, guys, again, for those aspiring VAs, if you're starting out, in my own opinion, that's a myth eh. When I say myth, yung sabi nila work-life balance kasi nasa bahay ka lang, you can go anywhere, do your work, may laptop ka lang, pwede kang mag-Boracay, pwede kang pumunta ibang bansa, as long as dala mo yung laptop mo. Pero again, when you're seeing the income coming in, like yung dollars na nakikita mo, like let's say weekly, you're getting what, 4, 5, 600, $700 a month. Parang gusto mo ba magdagdag eh. Lalo na pag bago ka. Pero pag tagal-tagal, once you have premium clients, you're okay with one or two. Okay? Guys, any questions so far? Teka, sorry, hindi ko nakita yung mga questions. Goods po ba kapag multimedia designer na ang gusto? Sige. Guys, I'll answer yung few lang tapos balikan natin. Si anonymous attendee, Coach Jan, as a cold call lead gen, is our quota to call clients per day. Nung nagko-cold call ako, ang kailangan ma-generate ko at least 3 to 5 in a day. No, 3 to 5 in a day leads. Ito, interesting yung question niya. Paano po i-keep in touch yung client coach kahit hindi natanggap sa interview? I-keep mo lang sa email mo, no? Um, check back with them once in a while. Ask you, hey, do you need anything right now for your business? Maybe I can bring some value. Yan. Okay, one last question before we proceed. May non-voice ba? Merong non-voice sa Real Estate VA. Pero guys, again, if you're someone new to the game, usually ang non-voice guys, ang tinatanggap niyan yung may experience na or within the team lang. Parang internal siya. Yan. So, I'll discuss sa inyo yung mga roles sa yung mga pwede as a real estate VA, yung mga non-voice and voice. Pero again guys, I'm a firm believer of the saying, follow where the money's at. Follow where the money's at. Nasaan ba ang pera? Nasa sales. Diba? Okay. So guys, balikan ko ibang questions later after. Okay. So real estate virtual assistant, most common roles and average pay per hour. Guys, disclaimer lang disclaimer lang. Again, this is based from own experience. And yung pay per hour yun yung mga nakita ko sa mga job platforms like Online Jobs PH, Upwork, Bruntwork, ano pa ba? Marami pa iba-ibang agencies or job hiring platforms din. And then I'll explain to you each role kung anong ginagawa niya. Yan. So first off is cold caller. Yan. Cold caller / ISA. Okay. So ranging yan between $3 to $7 per hour. Okay. Explain ko guys Cold caller is one of the most parang entry level siya when it comes to doing real estate VA work. Okay. So ano bang ginagawa ni cold caller? Okay. So pag galing ka ng call center or BPO, mas madali yung transition mo. Kasi sa cold caller, nasa phones ka din You're doing voice work din. Okay. So ako guys, I work majority of or all of my clients are investors or wholesalers. Explain ko later yan As a cold caller, nung nag-start ako, ang task ko is maghanap ng homeowners or sellers na open na magbenta ng properties nila. Okay? Again, as a cold caller, ang hinahanap ko is mga homeowners na open magbenta ng properties nila. Okay. So, ano ba yung question na kanina? Kung ilan yung leads na na-generate. Sa akin, ang quota ko noon is 3 to 5 leads a day. Guys, hindi siya set in stone Again, hindi siya set in stone. Iba-ibang clients, iba-ibang requirements yan. Okay? So sa 3 to 5 na yon, ilan ba yung dinadial ko on the average, no? Guys, just imagine this, no. Out of let's say may listahan yan No, may listahan na ibibigay sa iyo. Pero yung list na yun, guys, uploaded na sa system yon. Lahat naman ng tools sa real estate web-based siya Okay? So, uploaded na siya sa system, tatawagan mo na lang, outbound call siya, tuloy-tuloy siya. Okay? Again, guys, by experience out of 1,000 leads, no? Ang ma-generate mo diyan between 5 to 10 lang. No? Just imagine yung ratio niya. Out of 1,000, ang ma-generate mo diyan is 5 to 10 leads. Pero yung 5 to 10 na yon, hindi pa sigurado yon na talaga na mako-close nyo kasi i-qualify pa siya ni lead manager or ni acquisitions. Okay? Guys, again, ang cold caller, you're on the phones, let's say you're doing full-time, 8 hours. No? Hindi naman siya nakakapagod pero it's a taxing job kasi you're doing the same thing over and over again. No? Pero still, ako, I don't have any complaints doing this. Kasi dito ako natuto na yung mga objections, dito ko nakita yung daily operations. Yan. And again, this is a good entry level for someone new. Cold calling talaga. Ako, personally, if mag-real estate ka, gusto ko talaga dumaan ka sa cold calling position Kasi diyan mo makita nga yung mga objections, yung daily operations. Yan. Ah, ano pa yung isang didiscuss ko? Yun. Regarding tools naman guys, again, don't be intimidated with all the tools na nakita nyo, no? Kasi usually ang unang nakita ko tinatanong sa akin pag nagla-live ako sa TikTok. Coach Jan, paano naman yung tools? Paano to? Guys, ang tools madali lang aralin yan as in. You can easily breeze through it siguro in 1 or 2 hours. Ang importante talaga is skill sets. No? Tapos, guys, ang tinatanong usually sa pagiging cold caller is may tinatawag tayo na 4 pillars. No? Very important to. Very important. Kahit matulog ka, kailangan kabisado mo to. 4 pillars. Ang tinatanong ng cold caller sa homeowners or sa sellers is uh, timeline. Ano yung timeline? Timeline, kailan sila magbebenta? Okay, again, timeline, condition. Ano yung condition ng property? Sira na ba siya? May mga rehab ba siya? Yan. Tapos sa condition naman, may mga set of questions kang tatanungin like roof, ilang taon na yung roof mo, yung windows, luma na ba yan, original ba yan, or bago. Kitchen, sa kitchen ang tinatanong ko usually uh, yung countertops. Guys, are you familiar with countertops? Ito yung sa ano ito yung sa sink. Yung parang dito sa atin marmol yan 'di ba? Yan yung countertops yan. So I don't know why is it a big deal sa kanila, countertops and cabinets, no? Always, always. And then sa bathroom naman, tinatanong din namin kung may mga updates recently. Tinatanong namin kung ilan yung bed and bathroom sila. Kung may garage ba sila, ilan yung pwedeng magkasya na kotse sa loob. Yan. Yung floors, kamusta na yung floors? Hardwood ba siya? Carpeted ba siya? Kailangan ng i-retouch ulit siya. Yan. Tapos sa mechanicals naman, tinatanong namin, what do you mean mechanicals? Yan yung hot water heater, air conditioning. Yan. Tinatanong namin kung anong age niya. Okay, guys, Coach Jan, bakit tinatanong pa ba yung mga age yun? Kasi doon mo madedetermine yung magkano magiging offer nyo. Siyempre, pag mas luma yung bahay, mas mababa yung offer ninyo. Guys, I'll explain later yung process or yung business structure ng investing or wholesaling. Okay. Lead management naman. Lead management is between $4 to $8 per hour. Okay. Guys, lead management naman, again, hindi siya set in stone na different clients would have different job descriptions for lead management. Okay. Doon sa pinanggalingan kong client dati, ang lead management or lead manager, hindi siya nagko-calls. Purely non-voice siya. Ang ginagawa niya is magre-report siya, start of day report, ano yung gusto nilang i-accomplish, ano yung mga emails na naiwan nila, ano yung mga dapat sagutin. Tapos siya yung taga-maintain din ng system. No? Yung CRM, kumbaga CRM, siya yung nandun lahat ng leads show, yung pipeline nyo, nandun nakastore lahat. Lilinisin niya yon. Titingnan niya kung tama ba yung stage na to, kung nandito ba siya sa tamang folder niya. Yan. And then, ang lead manager naman, siya rin taga-check again ng properties na galing sa cold caller. I-check niya ulit kung tama ba yung info na yon. Siya ba talaga yung may-ari ng bahay? Kailan siya, ano yung year built niya? Square footage niya. Yan. Tapos si lead manager din, responsible din for siya yung maggagawa ng offer. Kumbaga siya yung magra-run ng numbers. Okay? Siya yung mag-formulate yan kung magkano i-offer nyo sa property. Pero sa ibang clients naman, ang lead manager is a voice job. No? Si lead manager, ang ginagawa niyan is tagasala ng leads na galing kay cold caller. Okay? And then, yan, acquisitions. Acquisitions, between $4 to $15 per hour. Okay. Guys, again, hindi siya set in stone na. Yung iba naman, they give out mababang base pay, pero ang commissions malaki. Usually, yung iba, percentage ng na-close ninyo kung magkano. No? Pero again, guys, this is only my own opinion na. Ako, I've been offered a lot like I can only do 5, 8, $10 per hour pero malaki yung commissions, no? Yung sasabi nila sa akin. Okay lang sana siya, pero kasi guys sa US, no, when it comes to closing sa real estate, it takes minimum 30 days to close, no? And again, depende pa sa profit 'yon. So ako, ang lagi ko sinasabi sa mga nag-invite sa akin or potential clients, hey, I'd rather choose a higher base because I have bills to pay. Ganun lang. So yung iba fixed yung commissions, no. Yung mga nakikita ko iba fixed commissions ranging from $150, may 500, may $1,000 the amount $1,000 per closing. Yung fixed. Yung iba naman commissions based, I know someone na naka-close siya. Naka-close yung company nila. Alam ko nag-earn siya ng 2,500 for just one deal. So 2,500 to pesos, roughly around magkano? 180,000 pesos. Ganyan. Pero mababa base pay niya. Okay. Guys, sa acquisitions naman, you don't need to have experience. Yung iba nagte-train, yung ibang clients, no? Yung iba nagte-train sila pero yun lang they'll give you a lower base pay, no? Tamang-tama to if you have sales experience, no? Pwedeng-pwede siya. And ayun, hindi ko pa na-explain. Acquisitions guys, kumbaga sales, no? Ako, I do acquisitions or sales. Kami yung bumibili ng properties mismo. Kami yung nakikipag-negotiate sa homeowner or sa seller na mismo. And next natin is transaction coordinator, no? Transaction coordinator, ano ba siya? So as a transaction coordinator, let's say nag-agree yung seller ko or homeowner ko sa presyo na binigay ko. Hey, Mr. Seller, I can only offer 65,000 for your house. And then let's say in a perfect world, perfect scenario, sabi ni seller, okay, I'll accept your offer. So ang next na ginagawa ko naman is bibigay na yung details ni seller doon sa transaction coordinator. Si transaction coordinator naman, siya na yung magda-draft ng contract. Yan, siya yung taga-draft ng contract. Tapos from then on, siya na yung magiging point person doon sa seller. Okay, so may konting voice din siya. May konting voice, pero most of the time, admin siya. Okay. With transaction coordinator, guys, hindi siya pang aspiring VA, I'd say. Kasi most of the time, ang kailangan nila dyan may experience. Or galing ka na sa operations nila. Or you've been seeing the operations all throughout. Na nakikita mo na how it goes, ano yung process. Ayan. Kasi answer muna tayo ng isang dalawang question. Coach, basically familiar dapat sa terminology. Of course, Jimbo, dapat at least. And Beatrice Makalipay, ask ko lang po, pwede ba mag-apply without experience? Pwede. Marami namang client pa na tumatanggap na they do the training themselves. Pero again, ang learning curve niyan is sobrang dapat hindi siya, dapat sandali lang ang learning curve mo. Kasi nagte-training ka, syempre tumatakbo yung rate mo eh. Binabayaran ka. Unless mag-agree kayo ni client na mababa lang muna yung pay mo kasi training ka pa lang. Guys, na-gets ba yung explanation ng mga roles? Any questions you want more clarity on what role you want to focus on? Mabilis ba or mabagal? Kasi if you want me to slow down, I'll slow down. Explain it to you again if you want. Di ba need fluent sa English pag ganyan po? Good question. Actually, ako again if you would guys, if may TikTok kayo, check my handle. Yung mga nandun mga sales calls ko. Ako hindi naman ako sobrang ma-fluent mag-English. Kumbaga sakto lang. I get the message across. no? Pero Edwin, with your question, may ibang clients kasi na medyo maigpit sila. Yung iba naman totally fine. Kasi again, let's be honest, English is not our native tongue, di ba? Hindi natin siya language talaga. Okay. So guys, I'll proceed if you don't have any questions about the roles that we have here. Hi, Lorna. Oh, thank you. Okay. So these positions, yan. So these positions, $5 to $8 per hour. No? So these positions naman, guys, siya yung uh, tagahanap ng buyers ng properties. Yan. Kumbaga siya yung tagahanap ng buyers. With these positions, hindi rin naman kailangan ng experience dyan eh. No? Ang kailangan mo lang dyan is creativity talaga. Bakit creativity, Coach Jan? Kasi magka-come up ka rin kung saan pwede makahanap ng buyers. No? Ako sa lahat ng roles na to, ang hindi ko lang napuntahan SMM and EV or executive or GVA eh. Halos lahat yan nadaanan ko. With these positions, ang ginagawa ko para makahanap ng buyer, pumupunta ako ng Facebook, kumbaga pinupost ko din yung properties na for sale namin. Doon ako naghahanap ng buyers din. Aside from Facebook, meron kaming app na tinatawag. Ang tawag naman doon is Investor Lift. Okay. Investor Lift, app siya na ipopost mo yung properties for sale. Yun, tapos meron siya magiging mga potential buyers for the property itself. Okay. So aside from that, ang ginagawa ko noon, pumupunta ako ng county website kung saan kami naka-assign na market. Tapos tinitignan ko yung mga local real estate transactions doon. Kinukuha ko yung mga names sila kung sino yung paulit-ulit bumibili like weekly, every 2 weeks. So most likely, mga ano yun, mga buyers talaga siguro nag-flip ng houses. When I say flip guys, ano yun sila yung nag-aayos ng property. Kunyari, binili nila ng sira-sira. Ayusin nila and then isa-sell nila sa market. Yan. SMM naman yan. Sa SMM, $4 to $7 per hour. Pero guys, again, I don't have any experience sa SMM. I tried before. In fact, I was a student of Pro VA 2 years ago kay Coach Marco. Nag-enroll ako kasi wala, just to check if kakayanin ko siya. Kaya lang hindi talaga for me. Pero yun sa seeing the business side of things to, yung social media, ang ginagawa niya is nagpiprint ng flyers, parang popular mo yung branding ng company nyo. Engagements like Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, yan. Siya yung nagme-maintain ng social handle si client. Pero again, hindi siya limited sa ganun lang. No, yung iba naman nagvi-video edit, yan. And executive VA or GVA between $5 to $10 per hour. Yan. Pero guys, again, this is not set in stone yung mga rates na yan. Kasi baka sabihin nyo pag nag-apply kayo, oh, sabi ni Coach Jan, yung acquisitions 15 pinakamataas pero ang offer lang sa akin 6. Pero again, depende yan guys, depende. No? Depende sa experience mo and depende how you negotiate your salary or rate. Okay? Guys, let's answer a few questions. May natawagan ka ba na may accent tapos sirap? Okay. Ito hindi ko makalimutan eh. I've closed a deal with the French guy. Pero sa US siya nakatira ha. French yung salita niya. So ang ginawa ko, Google Translate kami. Nagte-text lang kami. I-Google Translate ko yung gusto kong sabihin, tapos send ko lang sa kanya. Ayan. Tapos usually naman pag Espanyol, yan Google Translate din. Pero ako, if I have them on the phone, Google Translate, pero ang tinatanong ko lang is answerable by yes or no. Yan. Pero pag medyo hindi ko kaya, yan, text lang. Pero kung kaya ko sa phone, pwede. Yan. Are all the properties from overseas? Yes, US client. So, US lang talaga siya. Guys, any questions? Yung mga ano ko? Let's answer three more. Three more questions. May VA po ba na chat base lang? I think OF. Yung ano, OnlyFans yan. They have script on cold calling. Ako, kung meron ako syempre. Okay lang ba kahit Filipino accent ako? Ah, client mo makakasagot niyan. Pero ano siguro it might be a challenge. Pero guys, again huwag kayong mawawalan ng pag-asa. Kasi ako, 6 years ago, I taught someone na as in wala siyang background talaga. Hindi siya galing sa BPO, hindi siya galing sa call center. Until now, cold caller siya. Hinire ko siya dun sa team na kinoconsult ko. Natuto naman siya overtime, yan. Umayos naman yung English niya. Okay? Guys, any questions pa sa mga roles? Coach, my internship. It's in the works. It's in the works. Pero ngayon, I would say wala pa. Mm. Sige, one more. ESL teacher. Pwede, Chona Fabros. Pwede. Oo. Cold caller or lead manager, pwede ka. Coach, ano po kadalasan task ng GV? All around siya eh. Doon sa team na kinoconsult ko, more on admin, Excel, taga-upload ng files. Parang ano siya, parang siya yung nanay ng team yan. Parang accountability. Kumbaga pag may naiwang task, taga-remind siya. Ganun. Guys, I'll move on to the next ha. Very short lang naman to. Yan. So explain natin yung structure mismo ng ng wholesaling. Okay? Explain natin siya. Kasi guys sa US no, sa real estate, you might encounter two most common businesses when it comes to real estate. Unang-una is realtor. Yung most common realtor. And yung pangalawa is wholesaling or investing. Okay, so dito tayo magfo-focus, no? Bakit dito? Bakit dito tayo magfo-focus? Kasi guys, sa US pag realtor kasi, you need to have license. No? Again, pag realtor ka sa US, syempre kailangan mo ng license. Pero if you're an investor or wholesaler, you don't need the license. So meaning, mas maraming tao ang investors or wholesalers sa US. Mas maraming job opportunities for everyone. Yan. So, ito na yung ito na yung pinaka-concept guys ng ng investing or wholesaling. Guys, question lang, no? From the term itself, wholesaling, ano yung naiisip nyo? In your own terms, wholesaling. Wholesaling, guys. In your own words or in your own bulk buying. Okay. Bulk buying. Okay, guys, yung term na investing or wholesaling, ganito siya. Low rate at cost. Yes, correct. Okay. Guys, I'll give you the simplest analogy, no? Guys, are you familiar with Divisoria? Divisoria, guys, are you familiar? Okay. So, just imagine, no? Going to Divisoria, I'll buy a 5 peso shirt, sell it online for 10 pesos. Okay? So, magkano kinita ko doon, guys? Again, example Punta ako Divisoria, bili ako ng 5 pesos na plain t-shirt. Tapos ibenta ko siya sa Facebook, sa TikTok ng 10 pesos. So magkano yung kinita ko doon? 5 pesos. Yan. So same concept applies to investing or wholesaling. What do I mean? Okay, so ganito siya guys ah. So sa US, si investor or si wholesaler, para mag-make profit siya, kailangan niyang bumili ng property na sobrang mura lang. No? Gaano siya kamura, coach dyan? Okay, so just imagine, no? Just imagine a property, market value worth 100,000, let's say. No? So as a wholesaler or investor, syempre, di ba guys, if you remember yung 4 pillars natin, di ba? Kailangan alamin ko yung condition ng property niya. Mr. Seller, ano ba yung condition ng property mo? Ano bang kailangan updates dyan? Kailangan palitan yung roof, yung floors ko medyo sira na, yung kitchen ko parang 1980s pa siya na last na renovate. So let's say livable siya, livable pero luma na siya. Kumbaga dated siya, no? Outdated na siya. So para ma-resell ko siya, kunyari, kailangan bilhin ko lang siya ng 30,000. Question, bakit sobrang baba? Kasi ibebenta ko siya eh. Most probably, 100,000 market value niya. Pero yung considering yung mga repairs niya, syempre bababa rin yung value niya. Okay. Guys, gets ba? Tinatawaran. Ayun. So again, di ba yung concept natin, buy a 5 peso shirt, sell it for 10 pesos. Okay. So, as a wholesaler or investor, no, kailangan bilhin ko lang yung property mo ng less than market value. Kasi i-resell ko siya eh. Okay. So, paano ba siya? Paano yung process niya? Okay. So, maghanap ako ng seller or homeowners na may need to sell. What do I mean? Okay. Guys, buy low, sell high. Yes. Guys, ano yung difference between needs and wants? Difference between needs and wants. Okay, can you type it down, guys? In your own words, in your own understanding. Ano yung difference ng needs and wants? Walang makahula. Priority versus temporary. Okay. So pag needs kasi, there's an urgency to sell. Okay. Pag want, it doesn't matter if they sell it or not. Okay? So doon tayo maghanap ng mga leads or homeowners. Yung may mga need to sell. Kasi sino ba naman ang magbebenta ng palugi or sino magbebenta ng mababa? Of course, kung sino yung may need magbenta. Okay? So, let's say si Isaac, no? Si Isaac. Si Isaac ang situation niya, kunyari nawalan siya ng work, no? Nawalan siya ng work, so cut off yung finances niya. And then let's say sa property niya, nagbabayad siya ng $1,000 a month sa loan or mortgage niya. Okay? So nag-cut off siya ng work, hindi na siya nakakabayad ng loan niya. So instead of him, kasi pag hindi ka nakakabayad ng loan mo, anong nangyayari? 'Di ba? Tinitake possession ng bangko siya, 'di ba? So instead of him, legit psychology si coach. Tumama ba? Anyway, natawa naman ako doon. Anyway, so instead of na take possession yung bahay niya ng bangko, pwede niyang ibenta ng mabilis. So may need to sell. Para at least pag nabenta niya, may makukuha pa siya. Pag nakuha naman siya ng bangko, wala na siyang makukuhang pera, di ba? So instead of doing that, yan, so open ako magbenta sa isang wholesaler. Kasi may need na ako mag-sell ng property eh. Okay. Pero guys, maraming situation yan na hindi lang ganon. Yung mga na-encounter ko minsan, mga inheritance. No? Ano ba yung inheritance? Inheritance yung namana yung bahay. Okay. Coach, bakit namana yung bahay, may need to sell? Okay. So just imagine yung situation niya, no? Let's say si Mr. Smith, okay? Namatay yung parents niya. And yung parents niya nakatira sa, let's say, sa Ohio, Cleveland. Okay? And then si Mr. Smith naman nakatira siya sa Chicago. So it's 1,000 miles away, no? Guys, you think it would make sense for Mr. Smith to go down to Cleveland all the time to maintain the house? 'Di ba? Hindi na. Kasi probably, 'di ba guys, sa US, if you're 18, you move out of the house, 'di ba? So just imagine si Mr. Smith having his own life, own family sa Chicago siya, no? And then yung property na namana niya nasa Ohio. So sobrang layo. It doesn't make sense for him to go back and forth. Tapos magbabayad ka pa ng taxes. Paano kung may mortgage pa siya? Tapos hindi mo siya na-maintain. Guys, ang real estate sa US very complex, no? Pag yung property mo doon tumutubo na yung madumi na siya, like yung hindi mo na maintain yung lawn, yung mga grass, yung mga weeds. Pag tumutubo na siya, guys, nagkakaroon ng code violations yan sa US. So pumapatong-patong siya. Unlike dito sa atin, kahit madumi yung kapitbahay mo, walang ganun, 'di ba? So sa US ganun siya ka-complex. Yung property sobrang dumi, hindi na na-maintain, nagkakaroon ng code violation. So instead of si Mr. Smith magdi-deal siya dun sa property na sobrang layo, ibebenta na lang niya. Meron ng need. Kasi hindi naman niya napapakinabangan eh. 'Di ba? So yun yung mga hinahanap ng mga cold callers. Yan, yung may mga need to sell their houses. So let's say si Isaac, sige, Coach Jan, bebenta ko sa yung property ko ng 100,000. Sige. Isaac, tiningnan ko yung property mo eh. Nag-walkthrough ako, medyo luma na siya. Parang ano siya eh, parang nasa 1990s ka pa na era yung bahay mo. So, sa presyo mo 100,000, I can only do it for 45,000. Tapos sabihin ni Isaac, hindi, masyadong mababa eh. Okay. Sige, okay lang naman kahit hindi ko bilhin yung property mo. Anong gusto mo? Makuha ni bangko yung property mo o meron kang 45 in your pocket? Guys, what would you choose? 0 or 45? Of course, 45,000 kaysa 0 ka. So need na niya magbenta. Yan. So let's say, pumayag siya si Isaac. Sige, Coach Jan, 45,000 benta ko sa iyo. So ako naman, guys, again, hindi lahat ng investors or wholesalers bibili niya yung property ni Isaac mismo. Ang ginagawa ko lang, I would only serve as like a middleman. What do I mean? So, Isaac, close tayo ng 30 days, i-under contract kita. Pakukuha mo yung funds mo after 30 days pa. Sige. So ako naman, as an investor or wholesaler, ang gagawin ko naman, maghanap ako ngayon ng buyer ngayon. Let's say si Regina is a buyer. Regina, meron akong property dito sa 123 Main Street. Yung property medyo luma na, pero pag inayos mo siya, pwede mo siyang ibenta sa market ng 150,000. Pero bebenta ko lang sa say ng 75,000. Let's say pumayag si Regina. Sige, mukhang okay naman yung property. Maganda yung area, maganda siyang parentahan. Sige, bilhin ko sa iyo ng 75. Guys, again binili ko kay Isaac ng 45, binenta ko kay Regina ng 75. Magkano yung profit ko doon? Magkano yung kinita ko as a wholesaler? Again, binili ko kay Isaac ng 45, binenta ko kay Regina ng 75. 30, yan. 30. Pero hindi na natin include muna yung mga fees and taxes kasi complex yun eh. Pero in short, yun yung kinita ko. Okay. Guys, ganun lang ang investing or wholesaling sa US. Mukha lang siyang madaling tignan, pero behind the scenes, marami siyang lots of movement, no? Lots of movement. Ayan. Guys, any questions so far about yung structure niya ng investing or wholesaling? Ganyan lang siya kadali. That's only bird's eye view lang siya. Overview lang siya kumbaga. Pero if I explain it in detail, yan medyo ma-overwhelm na kayo niyan. Para at least alam niyo lang yung background kung paano siya nag-ooperate. Okay. Guys, questions? Under contract, meaning may loans po. Hindi. Let's say, ito yung scenario niya. Let's say, di ba si Isaac yung may-ari ng property? O, Isaac, mag-close tayo in 30 days. Pero nakakontra ka pa. Meaning, ako na yung sort of bibili ng bahay mo, quote unquote. Yan. Pero regardless kung may loan siya, labas, ano na yon, okay lang yon kahit may loan siya. Kumbaga, ang pinapalabas ko kay Isaac, ako yung bibili ng contract niya. Pero si Regina, ang ibebenta ko kay Regina is yung contract. Okay? Tiffany Tan, Coach, for example, do we need to discuss the terms? Ano na yon? Nasa acquisitions na yon. Ako, I personally do a walkthrough of the contract. What do I mean? Okay. Guys, ganito yan eh. I'll give you an example. Let's say, bibili kayo guys ng isang bagay. Diba? Kunyari, nasa mall na kayo, tumitingin kayo ng shoes and whatnot. Guys, may instance ba na nagbabago yung isip nyo? Ay, next time na lang. Guys, may instance ba na ganun? Nasa mall na kayo, you're about to buy something and then you held back. Sabi, ay, next time na lang. Pag nag-sale. So, ako kasi, no, I'm trained like that eh. Once I hear a yes from you, hindi na kita papakawalan on the same phone call. No? Ang gagawin ko, isasend ko yung contract sa'yo through email. Babasahin ko yun in front of you. Pero guys, again, with real estate investing or wholesaling, ang contract usually is 1 or 2 pages lang. Sobrang daling basahin lang. Sobrang daling basahin. It's meant for, ang tinatawag ko doon pag nakikipag-usap ako, it's meant for third graders. Ibig sabihin, madaling basahin yung contract. Lalo na pag i-involve niya yung lawyer niya, sabihin ng lawyer, hey, I need to consult with my lawyer. Okay, hey, I wanted to save, how much do you pay for your lawyer? 400, $500 for his consultation? Save it. Let's do a walkthrough right now. Let me know if you have questions. I'll answer them right away. Yun. So nag-walkthrough kami. Madali lang naman ang contracts ng investing sa ng wholesaling. Pag realtor naman, realtor medyo complex. Usually yan 5 to 10 pages. Pero I've never worked with a realtor pa. Puro investors lang talaga. Okay. Guys, anything else pa? Any questions pa? Open na ba tayo for questions or may break tayo ng konti?
Break ka po muna, Coach, para makapag-water break.
Sige, okay.
So, yun po. Balik tayo sa regular programming natin. So, guys, Q&A session na po tayo. Send lang po kayo dito sa Q&A tab and mamimili po si Coach Dan ng kanyang mga sasagutin. Alright? Coach Jan? Wala pong audio.
Yun, okay na.
Yun.
Guys, done naman yung natin, yung very short presentation. Ano lang siya, overview lang talaga. No?
Okay. So,
sige, let's answer questions. Any tips po for aspiring VA trainee po ako now? Regina Rose, aralin mo objections, definitely. Objections. Kasi ang ISA, rin yan nasa phone ka din yan So, objections, yan. And um, have a good process or flow that you follow. No, hindi naman, kasi again, hindi siya set in stone na. Yung ibang clients ang gusto verbatim, yung iba naman hindi, as long as you get the job done.
Mm.
Pero everyone can be really good at this once you have a process that you follow.
Coach, yung sa akin lang po, ano po kayo
Hmm.
usually yung mga CRM tools na ginagamit and mga call
Okay.
tools?
CRM, my Go High Level, Salesforce, Podio. Sa pag-calls naman, yung mga automated dialer, call tools, Mojo, yan. Yung pag-manual dial naman, Dialpad, CallRail. Ako, I do sales or acquisition, so I only use yung mga manual dial lang. Pero guys, again, don't be intimidated with tools, no? Pare-pareho lang yan ng function. Iba-iba lang yung interface niya.
Yes.
And madali siyang aralin as in. Ang important talaga skill sets mo.
Yan. Questions pa, guys. Take this opportunity na magtanong kay Coach. Pwedeng magtanong anything about real estate. Yan. Chat lang po kayo dito sa Q&A tab. Ayan, meron na.
What key skill should a real estate virtual assistant possess? Okay, very good question. Number one is sabi ko nga, proactiveness. No? Kasi guys, hindi lahat ng clients natin nakatutok sa daily operations. Let's say may binigay na task sa'yo, no? Or tapos yung task mo. Always check if may mga pending ka or um, magkusa ka na rin tumingin ng mga kailangan gawin para at the end of the day, good job ka kay client mo. Another key skill that you should have, dapat marunong kang mag-research, maghanap talaga ng mga sagot. No? Let's say may pinahanap siya sa'yo, Liza, gawin mo to ha, maggawa ka ng flyer about this, about that. So, check mo sa YouTube, sa Google, paano gumawa ng flyer. There's always Canva. Marami namang sagot dyan sa Google. Most of the questions that you have, nasa Google siya, as in. May recommended ba kayong YouTuber? About real estate VA? Follow me sa TikTok.
Yes.
What's done?
Do you have more in-depth tutorials that we can review again, please? What do you mean by in-depth tutorials? I have pwede na ba ako mag-promote?
Yes, pwede na po.
Yes.
Sige, share screen ako ha. Naka-ready na to eh. Yan. So if you wanted to have more in-depth about this, meron akong upcoming workshop next week na to, Sunday 1 p.m. It's through ProVA. Yan. So if you want, you can check yung socials ko or yung TikTok ko, nandun yung details niya para makita nyo na din. So I'll be covering from start to finish. No? Pero mag-focus lang ako sa dalawang roles na perfect for beginners. As in, I won't be discussing yung mga acquisitions, dispo, yung lang talaga, two roles na perfect for beginners. Pero if you wanted to upskill, like, Coach Jan, gusto ko matuto mag-sales mag-acquisitions, those are meant for one-on-ones. The beauty of my program is, ang one-on-one ko is free. Unlike with other programs, you get to pay extra. Sa akin, unlimited one-on-ones, pero schedule-based. I do it MWF between 11 in the morning until noon. Yan.
Okay. Coach, yung one-on-one, mga ilang araw po yun?
Depende sa'yo. Kung gusto mo isang linggo tayo, pwede.
Basta schedule lang,
Basta ako ang nakaset ko is MWF 11 in the morning until noon.
Okay.
Yan.
Yan, guys. Visit niyo na po si Coach sa TikTok. Tattoo Negotiator. Yan.
How can a real estate VA help in lead generation and client management? Very good question. Sa lead generation naman, no, it can be through cold calling, no, magtatawag ka ng sellers, or lead generation meaning you can go check Facebook, Zillow. Zillow is a website, guys. Zillow, siya? If you want to check Zillow.com now, you can. Nandun lahat ng, I think almost 90-95% of the properties in the US nasa Zillow siya. No? So let's say Liza, kunwari client mo ako, Liza, hanapan mo ako ng ng ganitong property sa sa Georgia, sa Atlanta. You can go to Zillow, i-type mo lang Atlanta, Georgia properties. Client, ano ba yung hinahanap mo na na property, anong itsura, number of bed and baths, ano yung laki niya, ano yung year built, yan, pwede naman doon. How to start po kaya anonymous attendee? Well, I'd say depende sa previous job mo. No? Pag galing ka ng call center or BPO, pwede ka mag-cold calling right away without even doing without even enrolling a course or without training. No? Ang cold calling naman madaling matutunan as long as may script ka, may guidance from client. Pero if you're doing office works back then, admin, I'd say pwede kang GVA or executive assistant. Pero again, my own opinion, if ang work mo dati is admin or office works, I highly suggest take a course. Kasi sobrang lawak ng na yan Sobrang lawak ng field na yan, lalo pag GVA ka. Anong platform po ang best for seeking client focuses? Online jobs at PH, Upwork. Pero ako personally, Facebook is still a gold mine for me. No, ako I've gotten clients through Facebook, pero you need to be be cautious lang kasi ang daming Facebook groups na maraming scam.
Yeah.
Yes, totoo.
Lalo na ngayon. Ang mga nakikita ko usually mga guys, I'm not being a racist or whatnot. Yung mga Pakistani sounding names. Ang dami doon, mga Indian sounding names, mga kukunin kang cold caller tapos pagka hindi maganda performance mo, tatanggalin ka right away. Yan. Teka, i-ano ko dito na lang ko yung socials ko Wait lang. Yan. Guys, ito yung socials ko. What are the challenges po na expression sa pag-real estate VA? Nung nag-start pa lang ako, definitely. Kasi wala akong alam talaga as in zero. Inaral ko lang siya ng inaral. Kasi guys, ito yung mistake na nakita ko So nung nagtuturo ako or nagtitrain ako ng mga acquisitions, once na nakita nila yung concept, they would stop learning. Ang problema with that is there's always someone new coming in, someone more hungrier than you. So most definitely, mas lalamangan ka niyan. Guys, let's be practical. Of course, kailangan natin ng pera. So for you to be on top of your game, always be learning. No? Coach, paano po malalaman if may training offered? Sinasabi naman yon minsan. Nilalagay naman doon, we offer training. Pero yung iba, wala. Or minsan doon na lang mismo malalaman pag nag-start ka na. Sasabihin na may training ka ng for 1 or 2 days. Ganyan. How can a real estate VA best support property management? Ariana K, I don't have any experiences sa property management. I don't know how to answer that. What are the common challenges faced by real estate VAs? I'll base it from experience na lang, no? Nung hindi pa ako nagtitraining dati, hirap na hirap ako makipag-usap sa tao noon. Kasi ang mindset ko noon, Amerikano, mas superior sa akin. I always stutter, I stumble, yung mga words ko, minsan binababaan ka, pero hindi. Ang mindset mo dapat is you should have the same level of playing field with them para yung conversation nyo is very casual lang. Kasi if you're coming from a BPO background or call center, most definitely ang mindset mo, customer to, client to, bawal to sabihin ng ganyan, hindi. Dapat ang mindset mo is same level lang kayo para yung conversation is very casual lang, very light lang. Nagfo-focus din po kayo sa property management din. Sa one-on-ones ko, nakafocus ako sa pag-tweak ng resume mo, paano ka makaland ng client, how to talk to clients, kung paano yung process ko, paano ko nagko-close ang clients. Kasi ako, the magic happens after the interview. What do I mean? No? Kasi pag interview, it's mostly about you eh. 'Di ba? Now, after the interview, usually magtatanong yan, do you have any questions or what questions do you have for me? Usually we say, wala na po or I'm okay, I'm good. Mali yun. No? You should be asking questions to them about their business, about themselves. Guys, ito, just picture this out, no? Let's say sa Facebook, um, nag-flex ka ng may bago kang pants, bagong shoes, bagong watch. May nag-comment, uy, ganda naman yan. How do you feel? What will be your reaction?
Flattered, mga ganun.
'Di ba? Kasi yung attention nasa iyo eh. So if you ako I've seen this thousands of times if not hundreds, no. Exaggerated naman yung thousands. I've been to interviews eh, 'di ba? So nagtatanong siya about me, about my process, ano yung ginagawa ko, how long I've been doing this. So as soon as I get to ask them questions, I would notice first yung parang glaze sa eyes nila. Mag-iiba yung shift nila eh. Yung posture nila parang maglilin toward sa'yo. Makita mo yung glaze sa eyes nila na parang, uy, this conversation is about me. So, at the back of their minds, what you're trying to do is tinitignan mo if you can bring value to the table sa client, sa potential client mo. Kasi you're asking about their business eh. I have 1 year experience in BPO. Pwede. Pwede. How do you negotiate salary if newbie ka po? Okay. So, sa salary, okay ganito. So, ako, again, I was trained. I'm trained professionally by a negotiator. I never give out a number. Let's say, hey, ano ba yung tinatanong sa sweldo? How much are you expecting? Or what's your ideal salary? I never answer right away. Ang lagi kong sinasagot, what's your budget? Kasi if I give out like $5, ang budget pala niya 6, eh di talo ka pa ng 1. Di ba? So ako, I never give out my number right away. Work po ako sa call center. Oo naman, pwede. Cold caller, pwede. Lead manager, pwede rin. Skip tracing, okay, ganito yan. So let's say, nakita ko yung property 123 Main Street. Sa Zillow, walang name yan, walang info. Just the address. Okay? So sabi ni client, kailangan ko yung info na yan, yung phone number and owner's name. So skip trace, may mga websites na free eh. Ilalagay mo lang yung address and then magpa-pop out yung numbers na connected sa property na yon. Yun yung skip tracing. Okay lang po, wala BPO. Pwede naman Chris, pwede. Pero again, this is only my own opinion. I suggest you take a course, whether it's me or to someone else, para at least familiar ka, no, sa mga task ng real estate. Pwede mo naman siyang aralin on your own eh. Ako, I always give this advice. You can do this on your own. No? Ang problema lang with that is, hindi mo alam kung ano yung aaralin mo, hindi mo alam kung saan ka mag-start, ano yung next na aralin mo, ano yung direction mo, and paano mo siya execute. No, if may coach ka, may guidance ka, may mentor ka, of course, galing na yun dun eh. So guided ka. Diba? Even si Kobe Bryant, one of the NBA greats, diba? He has a shooting coach. Sobrang galing niya pero imagine may shooting coach pa siya. Diba? Pwede pa mag-apply. Oo naman, hindi naman tinatanong ang age eh. What are the best tools and software for LCVA to use? Wala namang best talaga. Systems or tools are just to help out. No? Regardless, skill sets talaga ang una. Pero if you're asking me, wala kasing free na tools eh. Siguro makita mo yung overview niya. Pero kung aralin mo siya, you need to pay for a subscription. Guys, anything else pa? Any questions? Sure.
Ano po, medyo short or brief explanation lang about the DNC list.
DNC, okay. So, sa US kasi guys, no, meron silang tinatawag na yung FDC, yung FCC. Masyado maigpit ang ano ang US Minsan bawal ka mag-text ng ganitong terms, ganitong words. Minsan naman, pag DNC list ka, kunyari tinawagan mo siya pa ulit-ulit, put me on DNC, ibig sabihin, do not call me. Or yung iba naman, automatic, pag unknown number siya, pupunta siya sa spam. Hindi siya it will go straight to voicemail lang. Or yung text mo, hindi niya mababasa yon.
Pero nangyari na po ba sa inyo na may natawagan po kayo na nasa DNC list, tapos medyo irate si client?
Meron, madami naman, madami naman. Ang ginagawa ko lang, pinost ko to sa TikTok ko Meron sa akin nagalit na sabi niya, I told you guys not to call me. So again, trained ako sa mga ganitong situations. Sinabi, hey, I'm gonna be honest with you, this is only my second day at work. I don't even know what happened previously with you and with the other guy. So nagsorry naman siya. Kasi it disarms them Kasi parang lumalabas, inosente ka Wala naman ako alam sa nangyari dati So why would you be mad at me?
Yes. Pag meron pa dyan yung may malaki yung oras na buhay nila, pwede ka pa nilang awayin no?
Pero guys, ito yung maganda sa pagiging VA Pagka ganon, binabagsakan ko. Sa BPO, bawal yan. Automatic. Dito hindi. Galit siya Ano ba? Hindi naman siya makakadagdag sa sweldo mo. Pinabagsakan ko minsan. Hindi ko na sinasagot.
Stress lang.
I have experienced both BPO and office. Saan po kaya ako pwede mag-start? Yun, I highly suggest mag-start ka talaga muna as a cold caller talaga. Regina Rose, ano po masasabi niyo sa follow-up, boss? I've used that before. Okay naman, same lang naman din lahat yan, mga CRMs. Ayan, I don't know yung question ni Andy Planilla. Sabi niya, may nag-offer ba ng hiring dito?
Yes, meron po. Ang mga hiring po namin nasa page po namin. And then, nandun na rin kung saan po kayo magsisend ng inyong mga resumes.
Yun. What do you think is the biggest challenge in being a real estate VA? Pag nag-start ka talaga, medyo challenging siya as in, ang dami mong hindi pa alam. Pero matutunan mo naman yan along the way. Ako ganun din naman. I learned by experience. Working po ako as cashier. Gusto ko matutunan maging VA. Jessamy Paras. Ayun, sabi ko kanina, I highly suggest you invest in a course. Pero ang course na kukunin mo, make sure hindi yung mga pucho-pucho lang, I'd say. Learn from the best. No? Madami naman dyan. Sa Pro VA, madami dyan. Kay Coach Dam. Yan. Kasi pwede mo siyang aralin on your own Ang problema lang, hindi mo alam kung saan ka mag-start. Kung tama ba yung naaral mo. Unless as opposed to may guidance ka, may mentor ka, mas madali. What are the key steps to becoming an effective real estate virtual assistant? Tiyaga, research, yan. Tsaka dapat open ka sa learning, open ka sa coaching.
Ay, lagi nating sinasabi dito na take action. Nga, yun, nag-aaral ka nga, pero i-apply mo din siya.
Madaming ganyan kahit anong push ng mentor mo, ng coach mo, pero kung wala namang action on your end, wala.
Yes.
Inaction is a decision itself.
Wala ng question, guys? Balikan natin sa pinakataas.
Tingnan natin sa taas.
Usually, mga coach na terminology sa real estate.
Sa terminologies naman, pag cold caller ka, hindi mo need talaga lahat matutunan. Kasi pag cold caller ka, ang kausap mo usually sellers or homeowners lang naman Pero yung iba may alam sa real estate. No? Pero madali lang kausapin pag ganun. Mas madali nga may alam sa real estate kausap. Kasi iba na intimidate Ako sabihin ko lang, hey, it seems like you know more stuff more than I do. So it disarms them no, it brings their guards down. Mas magiging open sila sa tuloy makikipag-usap. Kasi if you're in a pissing contest, pagalingan kayo, makikita ka niyan as a threat eh. Diba? So if you lower your guard down, ikaw na bumaba ng pride mo, mas maganda, mas magiging open siya. Kasi he would feel more superior to you. In fact, hindi niya alam you're getting more information kasi marami siyang in-open up sa iyo. Diba?
May tanong po dito si Jonah May. May I know po kung anong pros and cons ng working with client investors and client na realtors? Isa
Wala namang pros and cons. They're almost the same naman, no? In terms of mga, hindi naman the same, pero wala naman nakikitang pros and cons. Ito lang siguro, with realtors, uh, more ano siya eh, most likely, again, nakita ko lang from other friends, no, na realtors ang clients sila. Hindi sila masyado nag-interact kasi nga, lagi nasa labas ang realtors eh. Unlike investors, mostly yan, nakikita mo on a daily basis yung mga clients mo. Pero wala naman pros and cons. Siguro ang pros and cons lang, bonuses lang. With realtors, yung iba nagbibigay ng bonuses pero bihira. Only yung mga involved lang talaga sa mga sa mga deals. Unlike with investors, usually lahat yan, from cold callers to everyone, may bonuses yan sa mga boss. Does internship help if newbie ka? Oo naman. Kasi you get to do what you learned eh. 'Di ba? Para pag nasa real client ka na, alam mo na, well-equipped ka na.
Na-apply mo na.
Mm-mm. Coach, what specific or any proven marketing strategy? What do you mean, Daryl Martin, in terms of what? Give me more context. Sa marketing, hindi ako masyadong involved doon. I'm only involved sa sales talaga or sa acquisitions. Ilang beses po kayo nag-follow up kay buyer if gusto nila benta yung house nila? Okay. So, based on experience, ako as an acquisitions, it takes me 6 to 7 calls before I get a yes na mag-accept yung offer. Hindi siya yung talagang in one sitting lang. Kasi maraming moving parts yan eh. They need to consider yung other decision makers like asawa. I always say, hey, do you need to have someone involved like wife, kids? Tapos minsan icebreaker ako, pastor, accountant, lawyer.
Dami involved.
Oo.
Usually,
Pero,
coach, yung offer po sa presyo, ano siya, di ba kasi nagbabago siya? So, yung offer mo, naglalast siya for how long?
okay. So ako, again, part of my training, no. Let's say nag-offer ako sa iyo ng 50 today. So sinasabi ko sa seller, oh, yung offer ko is 50 now. Now, next week kasi bibili na ako ng 4 na bahay ulit. So it means bababa na yung funds ko. So if accept mo yung offer ko next week, baka nasa 30 na lang ako. Parang I create urgency.
Urgency, yes.
Oo.
Para mapabili na ka.
Pero yung offer usually it only lasts mga 1 month eh. Kasi on the second month, you never know yung market sa US. It might go down, it might go up. So at least 1 month lang yung namin.
May expiration.
Threshold namin, oo.
Yes.
Meron ba training with internship that you can recommend? I don't know anyone na may internship.
Si Darlene di na nag-follow up dito. Okay.
I have BPO experience 2 years, 15 years seaman. Ferdinand, advantage mo, kasi galing ka ng BPO eh. So alam mo paano makipag-usap sa mga kano. Yun. Pero again, it doesn't really translate to success kaagad. No? Even though, kasi iba yan eh. Iba conversations yan eh. Dito sa pagiging cold caller, hindi yung conversations mo hindi siya nakabox. What do I mean? Kasi pag sa BPO may bawal sabihin, kailangan limited ka lang dito. Sa dito hindi. Kasi pag may mga questions siya na out of this world, kailangan alam mo siya i-handle eh. Yun yung nakikita kong medyo challenging part pag galing ka ng BPO kasi nga yung conversations mo usually is boxed. Wala yung creativity thinking, kumbaga. Okay. Guys, anything else?
Ayun, na late yata sa info si Chris. Sabi, saan pwede mag-enroll ng Reva? So,
Ayan, Chris, oh, nandiyan na sa screen mo. Oh. Oh, punta ka lang sa handles ko. Send me a message. Next week meron ako, guys, again, upcoming workshop, January 12, Sunday, 1 p.m. Fee is 1,000 pesos. Nandun yung inclusion sa sa Facebook page ko. And the beauty of my program, guys, is again, one-on-ones are free, unlimited. Pero schedule-based siya.
okay. Sa tingin natin, mukhang wala na silang question, Coach. Let's wrap it up, Leslie.
Oo nga, mukhang wala na silang questions na nasabi na lahat, natanong na lahat. Pero kung nabitin pa kayo, ayan, mag-reach out na kayo kay Coach at kung ako sa inyo ay magjo-join na rin ako dun sa workshop ni Coach kasi maganda talaga yung meron kayong guidance at meron kayong mentor na
Mhm.
tutulong at susuporta sa inyo. So, ayun, thank you so much, Coach. And bigyan naman natin ng maraming palakpak ng heart. Ayan, ng celebrate ang ating guest speaker for today, Coach John. Thank you so much for your time, for
Thank
sharing
you.
everything about real estate, and sobrang
Mhm.
excited kami dun sa magiging workshop niyo po. And aside from that, mag-plug na rin po kami ng socials ng Bain Philippines. So, palike, follow, and subscribe po kayo sa amin dito sa Bain Philippines, Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, and also on TikTok at Bain Philippines. So, isa lang po ang official. Bain Philippines lang po. So, kung may magre-reach out sa inyo, marami po kasing nagre-reach out na nagde-direct sa Telegram. So, wala po kaming Telegram. May mga scammers. So, iwasan po natin. Pa-check lang din po ng account kung official. Isa lang naman po ang Vain Philippines. So, yun lang po. Thank you so much. Back to you, Ma'am Glenna.
Yeah, so guys, I already sent the attendance link dito po sa ating chat box. So start filling it out and then ang sending po ng ating free certificates within this week, like midweek ng next week. And also for those na medyo na late sa ating discussions, yung recorded na webinar natin will be uploaded on our YouTube channel. That's going to be this coming Wednesday as well. Okay, so sa may mga challenges naman sa pag-click ng ating link, just go to our Facebook page. Send us a screenshot na nag-attend kayo dito sa ating real estate webinar and then send nyo na rin yung full name nyo and then your email for us to send your free certificates. Okay, so kompleto naman na ating GCash winners, right? So dalawa
Yes.
lang naman sila. So paantay na lang din po ng inyong prizes. Alright, so taas ang kamay sa mga gustong mag-picture taking para matapos na po tayo. May souvenir po kayo kay Coach Chan. Alright?
Yan.